Hello everybody, my name is Universal Ace, and this is just a video about the end of season for Season 13, and what we know of Season 14. So this season, we have obviously been fighting Kaido's forces in Battlegrounds. The questline involved with Battlegrounds is called Challenges Proving, and that concludes with the Proving Ground strike, which you've been seeing in the background so far. At the very end, it'll tell you to do this strike, and you will get a cutscene at the end of it. I'll play the cutscene at the end of this video if you want to see it. Guardian Games has also been going on. Not much to say about it. I'm pretty sure it was the same as last year. I didn't play very much, if any, last year. But you get your class item from Zavala. You go to Eva and get your medal case. And if your class item's equipped, you get laurels from killing anyone. That includes Crucible. You go and trade those laurels for quests from Eva, and those quests either reward gold if they are just a regular contender card, and platinum if they are the ones that are Nightfall or Trials. I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. But there is a closing ceremony which has not happened yet, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be like this season's end of season event, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. This season, the Presage quest was also released. If you don't want to know about this, just skip it. I'll try to have timestamps in the description and the little chapters or whatever they're called on the time bar. But in said quest, the Presage quest, you board a Cabal ship known as the Glycon and attempt to rescue a Guardian, and in payment for doing so, he would give you his gun. However, the ship is heavily infested with Scorn and Darkness. At the end of the mission, you find the Guardian, and he's dead. He didn't make it. You get his gun anyways, and after the first run, you won't have it. If you complete the mission, don't freak out, you won't have it. You have to go to Zavala. He'll give you a bit, not of dialogue, but the little sidebar text, and you'll get the gun. The gun is like Hawkmoon. It has the transformative perk on it, and after your first run, which means you can run it again and actually get different rolls on it. And if you do the Presage quest on Master, you will be rewarded the Catalyst for the Dead Man's Tale. So for next season, from the leaks that we've got, hold it right there, buckaroo. This stuff has now actually been confirmed, and I will flash up the image of next season in a bit. We are to assume that it's going to be called Season of the Splicer. If you never played Destiny 1, this heavily insists that this will be a season of Siva. Go play, gang, you know what I mean? If you want to know more about this, I'll link a video in the description, which is really good. And next season, we also will be getting Transmog, which was talked about, and if you don't know already, you probably won't be happy. It was talked about in a TWAB. Before the bad news, I'll tell you how it works first, which is pretty complicated. It doesn't need to have as many steps as it does, but it is what it is. First, kill enemies. That will reward a synth cord. This synth cord can be used with Ada 1 to get bounties, which, once completed, will reward Synth Strand. The Synth Strand then goes to the Loom, which will be new, and probably in the Black Armory with Ada if they don't move her. And that gives Synthweave. This is why I said it's kind of complicated. The bounties alone should just reward Synthweave, but, you know, it might be different from what they're explaining, or more complicated. You might need more than one or whatever. Who knows? But this Synthweave will be used to unlock Universal Ornaments, which is just, you pick a piece of armor you like, and there you go, you can put it on anything. This also includes greens and blues. If you have any of those, you can transmog those as well, which is very nice actually. Which is what I talked about later, and why this season might not be Siva related, as we are splicing the armor to look different. Kinda stupid, but you never know. Now for the bad. It's so stupid, man. I really don't like how they've done this, but, you know. Transmog, it's limited for each season, and by that, I mean you can only unlock 10 pieces per character per season. 10 pieces is 2 armor sets. Season 14 will allow you to do 20 pieces, 4 sets, to celebrate the release of Transmog. And with this limit, I bet you can't guess where you get more if you've reached that limit and you want to transmog more. Did you guess Eververse? If you did, you get a cookie, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Eververse will sell more Synthweave for 500 silver each. Oh, man. That's so much. You can buy an armor set's worth as well, or 5 synthweave for 2,500 silver. If you don't know, 100 silver is $1. Jesus Christ, man, it's just breaking away from script, man. Like, what? Come on, Bungie, man. Bungie needs to make money, and I get that. Everyone gets that. Destiny's a free game, but there's other ways to do it. At least you can make it cheaper, man. It's a piece of armor. It's cosmetic. It doesn't change anything. And for people like me who actually bought Destiny 2 when it was when it cost money, you know, back in vanilla, these armor pieces, I paid for them already. I technically paid for them. All the armor I have, I've technically paid for because I've bought every expansion and every season. So it's so dumb. I personally believe that it's going to be like sunsetting. And by that, if you don't know, sunsetting's going away. It's already been announced that it's going away. It lasted a total of 2 seasons, and I'm hoping that's what happens with the stupid limit on armor, or on Transmog. But it probably won't, but we can hope. But like, for me, the way I think of it is it's either going to be completely removed or heavily changed after probably 2 to 3 seasons, because if you can't tell, nobody likes this. It's not a good system. The Transmog, it's good, but not the limit on it. This season, season 13, it was such a good season. They had so much going for them, and then they had to put fucking Eververse into it for next season and ruin it all. How fun, right? But anyways, moving on from that catastrophe, we're going to be talking about Vault of Glass. VOG goes live May 22nd, and it still takes place on Venus. They're not moving it or changing it like they did with some Crucible maps. However, Venus won't be patrollable. You can't walk around on Venus as of yet. Hopefully it'll be unvaulted, because Venus was such a fun planet. I love Venus. But VOG will also have a world's first race. And as far as Bungie said, the raids, it's pretty much unchanged. There's nothing different about it. VOG will be in contest mode for the first 24 hours, and to get world's first, you have to do challenges. If you don't complete them, they will wipe your entire team, so you better make sure you get them, because that would not be very fun to deal with. VOG is also only 1,300, which next season will be 20 under Pinnacle, so nobody should really have trouble getting to it. There's also a belt for it, which looks very nice, and I'll flash it up on screen now. I will leave the TWAB in the description for both Transmog and VOG if you want to read them both. You know, read them up for yourself, because there's a chance I might have missed something. So for Season 14, weapon and perk changes are coming as well. And I'm going to go over all of them, actually. I'm sorry if you heard the key click, I accidentally clicked it. 450 auto rifles will have their damage up from 17 to 18 per bullet. Nice, no downsides there. Linear fusions will have their precision damage increased by 15%, and ammo reserves increased by 20%. Very nice. Regular fusion rifles have increased damage fall off. At a 100 range stat, it's not affected at all, but at 0, you get another 2 meters before the damage starts falling off, which is very, very nice. I'm probably still not going to use either linear or regular fusion rifles, but you know, it's there if you want it. If you didn't know, substance used to reduce ammo reserves, but it won't do that anymore in Season 14. It still does now, because obviously all these are going live next season, which is probably in like 10 days now, I think. I don't know. I haven't checked. But it's also hinted at that substance might be able to go on special and heavy. It wasn't listed, so I'm not super certain on that, and don't hold me accountable if it's not. Please, God, don't hurt me. SMGs receive 17%, just like auto rifles now with substance. It used to be 10, which is not very good, but 17, nice increase. High impact reserves and under pressure are now always active if their conditions are met. Before, due to limitations, it was only triggerable if you fired at least once. Unrelenting is easier to trigger now, and if you shoot a major, it triggers immediately. Majors are yellow bars, by the way. And it now also heals 20% more, so very nice as well. I love all these changes so far. Very nice, Bungie. Sympathetic Arsenal grants plus 20 to reload speed. Nice. Dragonfly now works on heavy shanks and servitors, and will happen faster than the Season 13 fix that they put out. Also very nice. I hope that affects Ace of Spades as well. It should. Firefly and Dragonfly are pretty much the same thing, so I hope they do that. Hipfire Grip will now have 1 degree more on precision hipfire angle threshold. English, please. I'll tell you about that later. And 1.2 times more reticle stickiness. So what that means, as far as I can tell, is pretty much if you have aim assist, the crosshair will stay on the enemies easier and more reliably, and more shots will hit. So yeah. Iron Banner perks have all of their stat penalties, so the negative one dropped from negative 40 to negative 30. It's still a big drop, but it's better than 40. Osmosis will now make a weapon do stasis damage if you have a stasis subclass on, so that's pretty fucking cool. Elemental Capacitors will now have stasis, which grants less recoil and more ADS movement speed. No Distractions triggers faster now, from 1.5 seconds to only 1. And you get more flinch resistance, which is increased from 30 to 35%, so very nice as well. Celerity, which was a horrible perk before, now has plus 20 to handling and reload speed alongside its old effects. Which, actually hold on, I'll tell you about the other one too. Bottomless Grief grants plus 30 to magazine along with its old effects as well. So hopefully that means it always has those perk increases, and then the old effects trigger like they used to. And it's not just once it triggers then you suddenly get all that, because obviously the magazine wouldn't make sense. Handling and reload would make sense, but not magazine. So I'm pretty sure it'll always be triggered. Might and Multi-Tool will now have Outlaw instead of its No Distractions perk, which is pretty cool. No Distractions on a scout rifle, it's kind of bad because the reason the change is happening is No Distractions, it takes too long for Mida, and it doesn't help it. You get outgunned with Mida very easily, so Outlaw, faster reload, why not? That's actually about it. I thought this video was going to be longer, but I guess not. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Let our blood be the last spilled. Let this ground be hallowed. Let honor bind us. I didn't order this. Bring me the one who pulled the trigger. They'll know who did.
Are you all right?
I'm alive.